5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, you know, Elvis had a lot of fans of all different walks of life. And in politics, there was a lot of politicians that really dug Elvis.
Really?
Jimmy Carter said he was a unique and irreplaceable guy. He was a symbol of the world over of the rebelliousness and his good humor of this country. Another one was Boris Yeltsin. He was the big shot over there in Russia back in the day. According to sources, Boris was such a huge Elvis fan that he would often listen to Elvis's recording of Are You Lonesome Tonight during times of stress in his life.
Really?
And here's a good one. And I'm going to do this in another voice. I think it would be appropriate. And it'll explain. You'll know who it is when I do it.
Okay.
Well, he epitomized America, and for that we shall be eternally grateful. There will never be anyone else like him. Let's rejoice in his music. Ronald Wilson Reagan.
Very good.
Now, we always talk about being fans, and I think there's categories. There's the diehard, like you and me.
Uh-huh.
You know, somebody can say Lamar Fike, we know exactly who they're talking about.
Sure.
Other people, you say that, they might, who? But these people, I'm going to read you now, say they are diehards, and I may know who Lamar Fike is.
Okay.
Rod Stewart says he's a huge Elvis fan.
All right.
Boy George, Bruce Springsteen, we know Bruce is. Ace Frehley from Kiss. Wayne The Rock Johnson, I know he loves Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake, he's a fellow Memphian, and he's a big Elvis fan. Marilyn Manson, Cher.
That always surprises me.
Yes. Robert Plant, Elton John, Eddie Murphy, Britney Spears, Trisha Yearwood, Conan O'Brien, I know he's one of us.
Yeah. They like
Dwight Yoakam, and one of your old high school favorites, Billy Idol.
Yeah.
They all
that
say
sneer going.
Yeah, they all say they're in the club. I don't know if they're in our club or not, but they say they're fans.
Some of them, I believe that, yeah.
All right.
Hey, Fred, what do you think about Blue Suede Connection?
Well, Bonnie, I got 3 big words for you.
And Chuck would write him in jail, too.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
didn't matter where. He'd write him anywhere.
He was asked one time about Elvis, too, you know, and he said he was the greatest who ever was or ever will be.
Oh,
That's some great
sweet.
words coming from Chuck. Because, you know, back in the day, those guys had egos. They all did. In the early days, Jerry Lee, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, they all did.
Yeah.
And very few of them would say bad things about Elvis, though. They'd say bad things about each other. Like ask Little Richard about Pat Boone, and boy, you could sit there for hours hearing all kind of dirty words.
Oh, no,
But,
really?
Yeah. And Fats wouldn't say bad things about him stealing his
That's always
songs.
seemed kind of quiet.
Yeah, he was. But what I'm getting at is, you know, for those guys to say that about him back in the day, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and even Little Richard said that Elvis helped the black movement in music.
You know, they all toured together back in the day. Unlike today, you don't have those big tours with 5 big names going together, you know.
You know, we like sharing lots of little things about Elvis and his life and different stories. And
Right.
And every once in a while we get a little one that touches us and we feel like sharing it. And you wanted to share this one by Larry Geller, right?
That's right. This story goes back to June 26, 1977. Elvis and Larry are in the bedroom of his plane, the Lisa Marie, and Larry's drying his hair. And so he's drying his hair in preparation for what turned out to be Elvis's last concert, which was at the Market Square Arena there in Indianapolis, Indiana. And Elvis was apparently looking intently at his reflection in the mirror. He turned to Larry with what Larry considered to be a deeply pained look in his eye and didn't say anything for a while. But he was sweating profusely, probably nervous. And all of a sudden, Elvis said, "The spirit is willing, Lawrence." Lawrence is what he called Larry. He said, "The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He said, "I'm being so torn up in so many ways. All I know right now is a man's got to do what he was created for. And I was created to entertain people and hopefully bring happiness to their lives. My body really hurts, but no matter what, I'm going out there tonight to give them everything I have, no matter what." So then later, flash forward, they're back down at the arena and Elvis is waiting out in the wings and 2001 Space Odyssey is starting. And Larry says that Elvis turned to him and said, "Larry, I really need some energy right now. Please lay your hands on me and you know, let's pray. Let's get the use of the old blue light," as Elvis called it, because the kind of help I need right now can't be found in any doctor's bag. He said, "What I need is to return to the real source of healing. So lay your hands on me."
Wow.
So apparently they prayed. And then Larry said that he found Elvis standing there as 2001 was going off and the lighthouse was dimmed and you could hear the fans screaming out there waiting for Elvis. And he said Elvis was praying.
Wow.
He said Then when Elvis took the stage, of course, the crowd went wild.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he saw a change in Elvis. So when Elvis appeared and the cheering was crazy, the audience was in a frenzy. Hundreds of flash bulbs went off, and Elvis was prancing back and forth, greeting his fans. When he broke into the first song, Larry said he began to express everything that was bottled up inside of him.
Wow.
He was bursting with love on stage, and it was a safe way of expressing it.
Mm-hmm.
And Elvis's face, he said, was lit up. And within a few minutes, Elvis was definitely in his element, his glory. He was reaching out, and the fans saw it. In their reaching back, they met him halfway, Larry says.
Mm-hmm.
It was a love affair from the beginning, and his voice, his magic never left.
Great story.
It's really, really a great example of the fact that Elvis needed his audience as much as the fans needed him.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much. Good story, baby. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Hank Williams, the king of country, done by the king of rock and roll. How do you like that,
Yeah,
folks?
with a little twist on it. I like it. I like it.
On the country music vein, country legend Merle Haggard said this: Elvis touched the life of every ear that heard him. You couldn't help but listen when he sang.
So true.
That comes from Merle himself, Mr. Haggard.
My propane tank is lit. The patties are formed. Now it's time to turn up my my Angela, my Arlene. Oh, dang it, my Alexa. It's time to make my Blue Suede Connection.
Hey TL, I think Elvis fans are starting to catch on to Blue Suede Connection.
What's not to love, Daniel? 2 hours of great Elvis music, lots of fun. It's our own private party.
And we want everybody to be part of the party. Hear all the hits, rare cuts, and lots of surprises too.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hit that notification bell.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.